Imagine for a second you're standing outside on a perfectly clear, pitch-black night. You look up at that massive expanse above you, right? Just taking in the breathtaking beauty of all those stars scattered across the dark canvas. It feels absolutely immense. But here's the crazy part. What you're actually seeing with your naked eye? That's just a remarkably tiny fraction of what's really out there. It's like you're peering through a tiny keyhole into this grand cinematic universe.
Okay, let's dive into this. Because when we actually peel back that first layer of visible stars, the true cosmic stage opens up. Beyond those familiar twinkling lights, there are literally billions upon billions of hidden galaxies. And inside every single one of those galaxies, billions of other stars. We're talking about an ocean of light and matter that extends so far beyond our sight, it almost completely defies our ability to wrap our heads around it. And naturally, staring into that infinite dark, a pretty profound thought starts to form.
Are we alone in the universe? I mean, it is the ultimate question. Humanity has been asking this for thousands of years. For millennia, people have looked up at the exact same sky we see today and just wondered, is our little blue world the only place where life exists? Now, today, thanks to the sheer power of modern astronomy, we're closer than ever to figuring that out. But the haunting truth of this whole cosmic detective story, we still don't know.
Part 1. The scale of the universe. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that to truly understand this mystery, we first have to wrap our minds around the sheer, terrifying scale of our cosmic crime scene. Just look at this staggering number, up to 400 billion. So our home is Earth orbiting our single local star, the Sun. But our Milky Way galaxy alone holds somewhere between 100 billion and 400 billion stars. Just let that sink in for a second. Up to 400 billion stars in our local neighborhood alone. And remember, scientists estimate there are hundreds of billions of entire galaxies out there in the observable universe.
When you start multiplying those numbers, the scale gets, well, almost impossible to visualize without a good analogy. So think about it like this. There could be more planets in the entire universe than there are individual grains of sand on all the beaches on Earth combined. Every coastline, every desert, all of that sand is completely outnumbered by the planets swirling out there in the dark. With numbers this absolutely enormous, you really have to ask yourself, couldn't just one of those other planets harbor life?
Part 2. The Goldilocks Zone. So what does it actually take to wake up a dormant rock and spark biology? Well, life as we understand it is kind of high maintenance. It demands a really specific recipe. You need liquid water, a reliable energy source, essential chemical elements like carbon and oxygen, and a stable environment over eons. And this brilliantly illustrates just how specific the recipe for life is. If you miss even one ingredient, the spark just never catches.
Armed with that exact recipe, modern astronomers have been actively scanning the stars. And guess what? They've already discovered thousands of planets existing entirely outside of our own solar system. We call these distant worlds exoplanets. Finding thousands of these exoplanets is a real game changer because it proves that our solar system isn't just some freak one-off occurrence. Planets are literally everywhere.
But what's even more thrilling is exactly where some of these exoplanets are located. A number of them orbit their host stars at just the right distance for liquid water to actually exist on their surface. This perfectly balanced region is affectionately called the Goldilocks Zone. It's not too hot, where all the water just boils away, and it's not too cold, where everything freezes solid. It's just right. And because of these discoveries, scientists now believe that planets capable of supporting life might not just be possible, they might be incredibly common.
Part 3. The Fermi Paradox.
Okay. So we've established that the universe is unimaginably vast, and the ingredients for life are common, right? Well, here is the great plot twist of this whole explainer. If intelligent civilizations are common, where are they? That single haunting question forms the core of the Fermi Paradox. We're looking out into a universe that, mathematically speaking, should be absolutely echoing with life, and yet we hear totally nothing. Now, scientists have proposed a bunch of fascinating theories to explain this profound silence. Maybe, despite all those abundant planets, the actual leap from basic biology to intelligent life is just exceptionally rare. Or maybe civilizations do rise, but they don't survive long enough to figure out how to communicate across the cosmic void. Another possibility, highly advanced aliens might just be using technologies that we are way too primitive to even detect. Or, it could just be that the physical distances between civilizations are so impossibly vast that communication is basically impossible. The wild part is, at this very moment, nobody actually knows which of these theories is right.
Part 4. Searching for signs.
But humanity isn't just sitting in the dark waiting for a knock on the door. We are actively hunting for clues. Let's move to SETI and see how this builds across our different methods. With radio astronomy, we're constantly listening to the void for artificial signals. Our most powerful space telescopes? They're peering deep into distant atmospheres looking for biological gases. And even closer to home, we've got robotic explorers plunging toward Mars and icy moons like Europa and Enceladus, hunting for alien microbes right in our own backyard.
Part 5. The Cosmic Silence.
So, with all our brilliant minds, massive telescopes, and deep space arrays, what is the result of decades of nonstop searching? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. We have found no alien spacecraft. We've received no confirmed alien messages. We have found 0 verified civilizations. The silence is stark. And honestly, as we continue to listen, the emptiness of space only seems to grow louder.
But here's the thing. So the crucial point is this. The absence of evidence is not evidence of absence. Yes, our active search hasn't found a civilization yet, but scientists have confirmed thousands of potentially habitable planets. That makes this hunt more exciting right now than it has ever been in human history. The universe is incredibly vast, and remember, we have only explored the tiniest fraction of a fraction of it.
And this leaves us with 2 deeply cinematic possibilities to ponder. Maybe, somewhere out there right now, orbiting some distant, unnamed star, another civilization is looking up into their own night sky asking the exact same question we are. Or, perhaps, against all astronomical odds, life on Earth is one of the rarest miracles in the entire cosmos.
The honest answer, the only scientific answer we can give right now, is that we simply don't know. Until we find definitive evidence, this is going to remain one of the greatest scientific mysteries ever asked by humanity. But perhaps, one day, if we keep looking up and reaching out, we'll finally find the answer. Are we alone?